Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel, where people shared their extraordinary near-death experiences on the other side and came back to life. This story is about Emma saved a little child from an accident and reunioned with her lost sister who also died in an accident. Emma didn't want to come back to life until her sister did this. Now, sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Emma had always felt that her life lacked purpose. She was successful in her career, had a loving husband, and good friends, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. That all changed one fateful day when she was walking home from work and witnessed a car accident. A little boy had darted into the street and was hit by a car. Without thinking, Emma sprang into action, pushed the child out of the street. Luckily, the little boy was saved and sound, but Emma was hit by the car. She couldn't move any part of her injured body. She was only recalled to hear someone call ambulance for her, and then she was shut down completely. At that moment, everything had changed. She thought her life was over, she was dead then. But she felt something had shifted inside of her, and a strange sensation come over her. She suddenly felt as though she was being pulled out of her physical body, and as if she was floating in the air. At first, she was terrified. She didn't know what was happening. What was pulling her toward, how she could still feel things. And a lot of questions come to her mind, but then she felt a sense of calm wash over her. Before she knew it, Emma was standing in a bright, open field. The sky was a brilliant shade of blue, and the sun was warm on her skin. She looked around, taking in her surroundings, and that's when she saw the girl standing before her, smiling brightly. It was her younger sister, Emily, who had died in a car accident several years ago. Emma had always felt guilty about Emily's death, as she had been driving the car when the accident happened. They had been fighting, and Emma had been distracted when another car had swerved into their lane. But now, seeing Emily standing there, Emma felt a sense of peace. Emma felt a lump form in her throat as she looked at her younger sister, who had been taken from her far too soon. "Emily, is it really you?" she asked. She ran to her sister, tears streaming down her face, and they hugged each other tightly. "I've missed you so much," Emma said. "I've missed you too," Emily replied. "You've done something truly remarkable, Emma. You saved that child's life today. I'm very proud of you." Emma looked down, remembering the accident. "I don't know how I did it," she said. "It was like something took over me." "That was your true self, Emma," Emily said. "The person you were always meant to be. You just needed a little nudge to find her." They talked for what felt like hours, catching up on everything that had happened since Emily's death. They laughed, cried, and shared stories, and it was as if no time had passed at all. Eventually, though, Emma had to go. "I'll see you again someday. But you have to let go of the guilt and the pain, and remember that I'm always here," she said, hugging Emma one last time. Emma insisted to stay here and spend more time with her sister. "I don't want to leave. I still have so much things to do for you. I don't want us to be parted again." Emily comforted her. "Don't worry. We will meet again when it's right time. But now you have to come back and fulfill your dream." She believed that all her sister said was true, and held on to her words. "You promised?" "I promised. Pinky swear." Her say made Emma more hesitated to come back because that had been their promising since their childhood. She bursted in tears like a little child who was treated wrong ways. But Emma really had to come back. Emily led her to a giant gate of the other side, hugged her and kissed on Emma's forehead. "I love you, sister." And just like that, Emma was back in her body. She opened her eyes and saw her husband was holding her hand and praying. Emma held his hand back tightly. He raised his head and happily found out her waking up from the coma. He hugged her and said in tears that he thought he was lost her to God's hands, so he prayed that her deceased sister brought Emma back to life. That's when Emma knew why her little sister said it wasn't her time, because there was truly someone who loves her and waits for her to come back. She knew that she would never forget the lessons she had learned in that bright, open field, and she would always be grateful for the time she had spent with her sister. From that day forward, Emma lived her life with more purpose and passion. She started volunteering at a local hospital, spending time with sick children and their families. She also became an advocate for traffic safety, speaking out about the dangers of distracted driving and working to create safer streets for everyone. She never forgot the little boy she had saved that day, and she often thought about what his life might have been like if she hadn't been there. But she knew that she had been meant to be there, to save him, and to be reminded of the true beauty and purpose of life. In the end, Emma knew that she would see her sister again someday. Until then, she would live her life with the knowledge that every moment was precious, and that each day was an opportunity to make a difference in the world. That's the end of today's story. If you want to see more content like this, please kindly subscribe and turn on your notification to our channel. May God bless you the best in life.